Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with fabulous concert programs by popular demand. I think at least one person wanted more of these. So we're up to number 149 in this series. There's a playlist with all of these programs. You should have a look. The idea, in case you haven't been paying attention to the other 148 of them, and since it's been such a long time since we've done these, is to list concert programs that you will never actually see in concert, but which you can play at home because they work marvelously well. There's wonderful programs with intermission, so you can have a snack or go to the bathroom or do whatever you need to do. We will simulate the concert experience for home listening, which it seems to me is where all the truly great music making is going on these days. So we're in the middle of a George Lloyd Symphony cycle. We're up to number 8, Symphony number 8. He wrote 12 symphonies, and we're going to program all of them in one way or another. And this particular program is near and dear to my heart because it has 3 works, all of which I adore, including George Lloyd's 8th Symphony. And we have sound samples, one sound sample anyway of that, which you will enjoy. But let's start with the first half of the program, because the 8th Symphony is a finale symphony. I don't mean, it's a whole half of a program to itself symphony. And as you will hear, it has a knock'em sock'em ending that will just bring the roof down. So I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be the featured item, even if in real life half of the audience would probably flee just because they don't know Lloyd's name. You know, the key to a lot of these programs, and we see it in those rare instances where there are orchestras, mostly of the sort of regional variety, shall we say, second, third tier orchestras, which are nonetheless very, very good ensembles, where they build an audience out of trust. I mean, Joanne Folletta's done that in Buffalo. She can do all this interesting programming because people know that they are safe in her hands. And that's what needs to happen in order to have really interesting programming. If you want to go beyond just the basic stuff, you need to have conductors who earn the trust of the audience. And the very idea that, it's classical music, therefore the audience should come and worship at the Palace of Culture, and that there should be any kind of trust issue is just absurd. Well, it's not absurd. It happens where you have conductors who are willing to spend their careers devoted to their orchestras and to the communities in which those orchestras operate. And when that happens and you have real community support, then you can do anything. You can play anything. You can be creative. And people, even if they aren't familiar with everything you're doing, will come along for the ride and get a lot of joy out of it. It doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't. But where it does, it can be superb. So that's just my recommendation. Not that will happen very often in these days, because conductors take on a job. They do a 16-week season. They fly all over the place. They learn a limited number of works in a year that they're going to play everywhere that they're guest conducting. And the number of people who can put together a really, really interesting season of concerts is so limited. It's terribly, terribly limited. Not that having 149 of these things shouldn't help if anybody wants to try a few of them. But again, it's the trust factor. So let's talk about this program. We start with Sibelius on Saga. Oh, it's a popular tone poem. Everybody loves it. The problem with On Saga is that it's 18 minutes long in most performances, 16 to 18 minutes or so, and ends quietly. And it's thrilling. I mean, it's marvelous, wonderfully thrilling, and it gets under your skin. It's primal, and it doesn't have a timpani part. It just has a bass drum part, throbbing bass drum going yum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum. It's just wonderful, but it's a little difficult to program because it takes up a lot of time, a lot of space in a concert. So in this particular concert, we're placing it first. And we're following it with something really extraordinary. Martinu's 4th Piano Concerto, the Incantations. Oh, this is an interesting piece. It's full of of incredible color and evocative harmony. It doesn't have tunes traditionally. It's an issue, right? But it's unbelievably ear-catching and exotic and rhythmic. It's just wonderful, wonderful work. And if you've heard it, I mean, it was written for Rudolf Firkushny, I believe, Firkushny, if you want to pronounce it more correctly. And he recorded it, and oh my God, it's wonderful. Anyway, the reason I chose this particular concerto for the concerto piece of the program is because it's exactly as long as on Saga. It's in 2 movements, well-balanced movements, about 9 minutes each. So the whole concerto is between 18 and 20 minutes. It's not much longer than on Saga, and when you put them together, you get a nice 40 minutes of music. Really a perfect first half consisting of 2 works. And this concerto is wonderful. And if you can find a good soloist who's willing to do it, oh wow, it's a real crowd pleaser. I mean, it really is. I mean, just of a different nature. It's the kind of thing people would walk away saying, well, that was different, and I really enjoyed it. You know, it's not Rachmaninoff, but it's better, actually. There, I've said it. Anyway, then we have the intermission, and we do George Lloyd's 8th. Now, the 8th Symphony is in 3 big movements. It's about 45 minutes long. It runs the entire gamut of emotion, from dark and tragic and stormy to ecstatic and exciting and crazy. And the end, the last movement, is a tarantella. I mean, when was the last time a modern composer wrote a really good tarantella or something like that? You know, actually, William Matthias did one. The finale of his harp concerto is a tarantella, or something like Saltarello tarantella, one of those, you know, Italian dances, you know, sort of thing. Anyway, the ending is going to bring the house down. It's absolutely thrilling, and that's what I'm going to play you. This is with the BBC Symphony, the BBC Philharmonic, pardon me, I think. Let me just check. It's part of the complete George Lloyd cycle, conducted by the composer on Lyrita. And it's the BBC, yeah, it looks like it's, these are all BBC, let's look what the asterisk is. Oh, it's the circle of the Philharmonia. Okay, it's the Philharmonia, conducted by the composer. They played marvelously well, and it's brilliantly recorded. And here is the end of the symphony. I mean, I don't understand why anyone who hears this would not want to put it on a concert program. It just is such a great piece to wrap up an evening of beefy symphonic music. Here it is. Marvelous, isn't it? Oh, it's just wonderful. It's so much fun to listen to. And, you know, it's contemporary, but it isn't you know, off-putting or deliberately difficult. It's listenable without being stupid or dumbing down. It's terrific music. So there you have it, my friends. Fabulous Concert Programs, number 149. Listen to it at home. And let me know what you think. I check out all of these. I play these things in order. I do the concert just to make sure that it's going to work. And this works really well. So keep on listening, friends. Thank you for joining me, and take care.